Time is a construct, so you construct the perfect time. That's probably gonna mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and I'm still learning it too. How many of you feel rushed when comparing yourself to other people, to people you see on the internet who are making a lot of progress, who are doing the things that you want to do and getting the things that you want to get? Does it make your time feel limited? Do you feel like you're running out of time and now, oh, I gotta rush. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta grind. I gotta make sure, tinker at every little thing in this moment. It's gotta come out perfect so that I can impress them, so that I can da-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna ask you a really deep question. If you were to die tomorrow, today, next week, and everything that you had, whether it's your creations, whether it's a project or a few projects, anything that you've had that you've put out there, where do you sit, mentally when it comes to the idea that 1,000 years from now, it could be discovered and dug up? And that's when it'll finally be recognized. Are you pushing for, well, we all are you pushing for what, are you pushing for the glory that you can get all today in this day and age? Or are you putting something out into the universe that's just meant to be received? It's just meant to be received in the universe. You don't care whether or not it happens today. You don't care whether or not anybody hears it in the next coming weeks, sees it in the next coming weeks, this, and that, and the third. You just want to put something out into the universe to be present, just to be a part of it. And you know that at any time, even a time you're not here, and probably not even that, that's when it could finally be recognized. Are you kind of okay with being a small blip? As we are, we're on a tiny dust rock floating in space compared to the size of everything else in space, or most other things. Not to sound bleak, and I know you got people relying on you right now. I know you got loved ones. I know you got to make something shake with your life. I'm in the same boat. Something I kind of sort of realized is that anything I do can essentially just become a cave drawing, if that makes any sense. Something that I've come to terms with, or something that I think about a lot, is that anything that you create automatically is immortalized. There's no turning back. It's put out into the universe, and now it's there. You left it there to age with time. And no matter how much fame you chase, no matter how much glory, money, this, and that you chase, entropy will catch up. Which is why it's really important to ask, why for? And I don't say these things because I have it all figured out. Far from it. Far from it. I'm a struggling creator myself who is only considering myself a struggling creator because I'm not discovered on some sort of grand scale. But I'm proud of the things that I do accomplish, the things that I do complete, and the things that I do start. I low-key be self-glazing. How many of y'all be self-glazing? Dude, we promote self-glazing around here. Glaze yourself. I feel like I say this because there have been a lot of times where I felt stagnant, where I felt like even in my process, and it's a very slow process. It's a very slow process. That's how I like to move. I feel like I'm not doing enough because I haven't made anything from it. I haven't seen the results or seen the not the progress, seen the achievements This new world will constantly bombard you with all of the end results of the goals you're trying to set and tell you you're not doing anything until you've achieved that. I'm gonna ask a question. How many of you out there are creators and you've noticed that social circles have started to become networking opportunities? That kind of doesn't sit right in my spirit. It's been really hard to make friends. I'm already introverted. I have friends. I have friends that love me dearly, right? You only need a few of them. But to my point, it's hard these days to make friends, and I'm hearing it a lot. I'm seeing a lot of videos come across my feed of, oh, I'm 30 and I have no friends, or uh, male loneliness epidemic, this, that, and the third. But then trying to find friends who are into the things that you're into, but they're moving at a different pace, and then feeling like, oh, if I'm not moving at that pace, then I'm not good enough for them. And oh, I don't want to get in their way, but at the same time, I don't want to come out and just say, hey, let's be friends, because that's fucking weird. You're constantly told, oh, you have to provide value in somebody's life and other people's lives. And if they're not providing value to you, cut them off. Mentally, it just puts you in a place where every opportunity to make friends who are vibing on the same wave as you turns into a performance. And people can read that shit, people can see that shit. You start to feel like all eyes are on you. And then you try your hardest not to give a fuck. And most people lean into main character syndrome. If I'm gonna have all these people with their eyes on me, then I'm gonna give them a fucking show to watch. There's nothing wrong with feeling like the main character in your own story, but you are not the main character in other people's story. Most people, most people, and I say this with all the love in my heart, don't give a fuck what you spend your time on. That shouldn't feel like a diss. That should feel so freeing to know. I'm telling you, they don't care. So why care? Realizing that makes it so easy to move with a certain level of authenticity, just authenticity. You're moving in a way that where you feel like time isn't on your side. You're moving in a way where you feel like you're stuck, but you have to make it to a certain level, but your mind isn't right. I know this all too well. I know this all too well. When my schizophrenic disorder developed, I got agoraphobia, I got hella anxiety, and I always felt like I was being watched. I was always paranoid, which made it really hard to enter these circles and just be my fucking self, because I did have to put on a performance to feel normal. But you know what freed me? Realizing that I have so much time. Even if I die tomorrow, I have so much time. You know why? I've already immortalized myself by putting my voice out there. It's already happened. All of my elementary school dick drawings are going to be in a super museum in space as like primitive human cave drawings one day in like thousands of years into the future. It's already happened. It's already happened. Time is a construct, so you construct the perfect time. When are you gonna be ready to make your next step? Sometimes you gotta get your mind right first. Mind right? Mind right. Sounds like a Pokemon. Like a ground steel type who's like shaped like a mole, and it digs and it has these like steel claws and yeah. Or rind. Isn't that has something to do with vegetables, I think. I feel like a rind is that like corn? Is that like corn? Maybe it's a ground grass type, if that would that work? That probably works. A ground grass type that digs. Still a mole. Anyway, you got a game. Don't let this algorithm, you know, stress you out and coerce you into depression and just states of depression, feeling stagnant, like you're not doing enough. As long as you've done something, and as long as you know you're going to continue to do that thing or other things, you're still making your carbon footprint. You're still putting your energy into this universe. You exist, you're here, you're welcome, you're loved, and yeah. To take your time, what's the rush? I'm out.